Friends, I am Professor S. J. Kohli from Vasantrao Naik College, Shahada. I teach H2 Special Subject Second to SYBA English. Now you have got three subjects for SYBE: S1, S2, General and Compulsory. I teach S2 to the students of SYBE English. Friends, for I have given syllabus to you also. In the last lecture, we considered the poem by William Wordsworth, that is Tintern Abbey. Now we are going to learn a new poem, that is the Rime of Ancient Mariner. Friends, in 1798, the preface to Legal Ballad was published by William Wordsworth and S.T. Coleridge. In that preface, this poem also occurs. The name of this poem is The Rime of Ancient Mariner. Ancient mariner means mariner on the ship. Who drives the ship? It is called mariner. It is the story of ancient mariner. Once upon a time, what he experienced on the ship, on the sea. Now it has become his duty to go wander here and there and to narrate his story so that he can be relieved from his distress, his agony, his distress. In such a way, once upon a time, there were three guests were going to attend the marriage feasts, wedding feast, of course. So, he, ancient mariner, with his long beard, with glittering eyes, reached there, and he stopped one of the guests who were going to attend the wedding feast. And he told him, my friends, listen to me. I have one thing to tell you. Please give me some time so that I can tell my story to you. Now he was telling him the story. He says, a wedding is set stone. He says, the ship was cheered, harbor was cleared merrily. Once upon a time, he was traveling or voyaging by the ship. With him there were 200 mariners were also there, sailors were also there. First of all, the ship was moving very slowly. The breeze was also there. Wind was also blowing there. And ship was moving very pleasantly there. The sun was there in the sky. The sun was there in the sky. And he shone like a bright heat. The sun was shining brightly in the sky. The wedding guest here beat his breast. Now, wedding guest has to stop there. It determine whatever happened. Let me listen to this mariner, of course, there. He says, in the ship there was mist. There was mist and snow was also there. Ice also there. Ice was here, ice was there. We call it barf in Marathi. Ice was also there. And length it cross in albatross. Now, in such time, what happened there? A bird, namely albatross, the bird albatross, came over there. He occurred there. He came there. So all the mariners, all the sailors welcomed the albatross with great hospitality. They gave him food to eat, water to drink, and now Albatross was coming there every now and then, now and then. He was coming there. Albatross coming there. God save the ancient mariner. What happened? Suddenly, what happened? What a thought came in his mind? What a thought came in the mind of ancient mariner? He directly killed Albatross. Or shot the Albatross with bow. He killed Albatross. Albatross was the soul of Christ, the creature of God, and he killed the God's creature. The sun was now risen. Sun was shining in the sky at the right side, and the good south wind was also blowing the air. But now there was not any bird there. So all the sailors held him responsible. Because of you, the bird was good, but because of you, you have killed bird. Now bad time, very time can come to us. First of all, they say, no. You have done the right thing. Bird was a symbol of bad omen. Bad omen. You have killed bird, you have done right thing. They become part and parcel of the crime, of course. But when the ship was not moving ahead, the problems were there. At that time, they said that mariner, yes, you are responsible for that. You killed the bird, you killed the albatross, the creature of God, the soul of Jesus Christ. Now, because of you, we have to suffer. Because of you, we have to suffer. Because he has done a hellish thing. Hell. Narak, we call it Marathi. Hellish thing. He says now, water everywhere, not a single drop to drink. The ship was standing lonely on the sea. The ship was not blowing ahead, not moving here and there. All the water of sea was salty water. There was not sweet water. So the poet says, water everywhere means all everywhere, water was there. But it was salty water. How can they drink salty water? How can they drink salty water? They require good sweet water, but they could not get sweet water, my friend. What evil looks. Now, all the slavers were looking at him